The Harlem Hellfighters essay. The Harlem Hellfighters, known as the 369th Infantry Regiment, were an African American unit that played a huge role in World War I. Mainly composed of soldiers from Harlem, New York, they were initially the New York National Guard. They were formed in 1913, but they were called into service for the war. When they were called into service for the war, they were renamed the 369th Infantry Regiment. During the First World War, the 369th were assigned to the French Army because of the segregation policies of the U.S. military, which often relegated black soldiers to non-combat roles. The French needed desperate help, so they welcomed the Harlem Hellfighters. They were provided with equipment and training. Regiment first saw combat in April 1918 and quickly gained a rep for bravery and effectiveness. They spent 191 days in continuous combat, longer than any other American unit, and reached Rhine River in Germany. They helped change perceptions about African American soldiers' capabilities, demonstrating courage and skill despite facing systematic racism. Their valor earned them numerous honors, like the French Croix de Guerre. Private Henry Johnson became a war hero, facing and defeating the German party alone, though facing several wounds and seriously injured. African Americans were eager to prove their patriotism, hoping that their service would lead to their civil rights. The effects of their service was profound. While their bravery didn't immediately end segregation, but it did lay the groundwork for it and for fellow future generations of African Americans to keep fighting for their civil rights. In conclusion, the Harlem Hellfighters were a big impact on World War I and its history, and continue to impact civil rights as African Americans still struggle with day-to-day racism. The Harlem Hellfighters have given African Americans they gave the African Americans a reason to keep fighting. They gave them a ground to step on to continue their civil rights movement and to show that they had a very wide impact on World War I.